Another story about Top Hat. My goodness, this is the most amount of adventures we have gotten from the big man in any season. This is crazy. I really do enjoy the fact that we get to see Top Hat do other things than make orders and such. And this time it was a holiday from doing that stuff. Unfortunately, Lady Hatt felt otherwise.
Those coaches are old and uncomfortable. Why don't you use them as beach huts instead? Thomas was most upset. You won't let them turn Annie and Clarabelle into beach huts, will you? Of course not, Thomas, replied his driver. But I must admit they could be smartened up.
Oh boy, I see this isn't starting off right. However, I did mention a number of times already Annie and Clarabelle have not looked the greatest, so I'm glad another character is pointing this out and not just me. Although, the way Baldwin is playing Lady Hatt, I have to say is funny. She sounds even older than the last time she spoke back in her birthday party episode. But this was going to be the least of Top Hat's issues. Soon, he found out at Dryall Station.
What was that? Cried Sir Topham Hatt. That's tiger moth, grumbled Harold. It's rude and flies much too low. So I can see. Please take us up, Harold, before there's another disturbance.
That was hilarious. Now, if there's one thing Baldwin gets right almost all the time, it's Sir Topham Hatt. Holy moly, was that a comically delivered line. I can't even try to replicate it. It was just so unique. Even more interesting is that we see Harold isn't the only one up in the air, of which Top Hat soon heard the airplane went missing and was asked to help in the search.
There's Tiger Moth, called Sir Topham Hatt.
And when they found the bonehead pilot who was in charge of the plane, Top Hat gave the scolding of a lifetime. And yet somehow he was okay with it. I don't know, I think this guy's on something. What is cool though is that in the search we got to see the mended water dam and Top Hat's holiday home.
Sir Topham Hatt arranged to meet up with Toby and Henrietta to take them somewhere special. They arrived at a small river inlet. What a beautiful boat! Exclaimed the children.
You mean his grandchildren? Why can't we label them as such? They aren't just random kiddies. Anyway, this is new. We don't often see any water-related vehicles on the show, but I could see how the controller to a railway would need a break every now and then from such a place. I just hope he doesn't have any more trouble, being that his holiday has already been kind of so-so.
The family were enjoying themselves so much that they forgot to watch where they were going. Oh, botheration, said Sir Topham Hatt. We're stuck! And they were. Other boats tried to pull them off the mud bank, but it was no use.
Oh, Top Hat, can you do anything right outside of your own profession? If it's not failing to deliver birthday gifts, it's messing up a boat canal ride. How does one so wealthy and knowledgeable be so clumsy? I don't know, but it sure makes him quite the clown of sorts. Thankfully, Percy came by and got them rolling again. Literally. Just in time to be picked up by Thomas and his brand spanking new repainted coaches.
My! Exclaimed Lady Hatt. What splendid coaches! So much more suitable than those old beach huts on wheels. No one said a word. But that evening, Annie and Clarabelle spoke to Thomas. It's very nice to get compliments, but no matter what we look like, we'll always be useful, won't we, Thomas? Of course, their friend replied.
Oh, heck no! I'm sorry, this episode was going so well until Baldwin voiced Annie and Clarabelle. Gosh darn it. Every time Baldwin makes a rather decent character voice, he screws up another one. Annie and Clarabelle are not from the South. How on earth did Baldwin justify that to himself? Anyway, besides this awful blunder, the rest of the story was great. It's awesome that we get to see another story about Top Hat and his discombobulated adventures outside of the railway. It's unfortunate that he doesn't get much time to enjoy it, but that's a part of the fun in seeing it happen. Of course, that is where Baldwin shines because of how ridiculously over the top he makes Top Hat with his lines. If anything, though, I am really happy Annie and Clarabelle got repainted. They were looking pretty abysmal this season until now. But no more! Set pieces also looked great in this episode. We revisit Dryaw Station, which hasn't been seen since Season 3. We also see Callan, Tidmouth Halt, and Maithwaite Station. There's also the dam, the fishing village, and the hay farm. For music, we got a few different tunes. We start off with Thomas's anthem, Harold's as they search for Tiger Moth, and the Scarlowy Railway theme as Top Hat takes his family out on the canal. Overall, it is a good episode, aside from those southern accents. They just do not belong to the twin coaches. Next episode is a surprise for Percy. Thanks for watching.